Hello, let's look at the story of Peter Keller. Spoiler alert, I'm going to skip to the end, so the video will be in the description if you don't want to be spoiled. So, Peter ended his own life, murdered his wife and daughter, burned his house to the ground. But before he did all that, he spent several weeks hiking and hauling all kinds of things up into the woods to build himself a multi tiered shelter where he planned to live and survive the rest of his life. He video logged all of this. Analysis of the video log indicated a bunch of things about him: narcissism, depression, anxiety, this need to hide what he was doing, but yet he wanted to video log it for others to see. So it's too bad he didn't have a precious pupper or a doggo to help him with all this anxiety. Right? Well, actually, he did. He had a dog. So he hiked with this dog all the time. He was actually well known for being around his dog. So what you're watching me do here is just scroll through the transcript for all the results where they talk about him and his dog. Now, sadly, in the end, the dog was killed along with the wife and the daughter. Now, I know that the dog advocates will probably say, well, that shows you he's a bad dude because he killed the dog. People that hurt dogs are bad dudes. Well, that's just a shallow dog-loving analysis of this. In fact, because of his anxiety, because of his self-centeredness and narcissism and wanting to hide, okay, that's part of what he wanted to do, is hide his real intentions. That's why he built this little hobbit hole in the side of the mountain. The dog was utilized to hide his real intentions. It was an excuse. If people saw him hiking up in the mountain with some extra boards and extra materials, that's going to be suspect. But if he has the little doggo by his side, well, people will easily turn a blind eye. Oh, that's just for my dog in case he gets anxiety. That's just for my dog if he wants to cross a creek. People would just look at this guy and be in the mindset of, oh, he's just a great guy. He's just so wholesome, guy with his pupper, So he used the dog, and when the dog was of no more use to him, he killed the dog. Not surprisingly, the comments want to say that the dog recognized the evil of the person. It's amazing how the dog started barking at him when he entered his home. Okay, well, you see the whole problem with that logic in this comment? By that logic, if I took a walk to the post office right now, over half of the houses would be filled with these type of murderers. Because dogs bark at anything and everything. A lot of people's dogs just bark when they get home for no reason. So, this little statement here, if that's true, then how come all the people in the community where that man lived didn't come over and haul him away and turn him into the police? Because dogs do not sense anything other than food and safety and other things like that. They don't know any intentions. This guy hiked into the woods for weeks with his dog. So if that dog knew anything, then if the dog did happen to know anything, the dog was actually hiding this man's intentions. Because if people are going to say, oh, the dog barked at him because the dog knew his intentions, okay, let's pretend that's true. Well, if that's true, the dog hid the man's intentions. He hiked into the woods for weeks and weeks, bringing up all kinds of supplies and tarps, building equipment, gigantic wood, lumber, and the dog never said anything. So, either way that you apply the dog culture logic is absolutely sick and wrong. If the dog knew anything, well, the dog was just hiding it. And an example of this barking dog, the wife was taking a video by herself, and the dog was throwing a fit in the background.
We all add single pit. Sorry, my dog's being crazy. My husband's probably chasing.
So the husband's chasing the dog around the living room, and the dog's being crazy. So there is no special kind of language or conception that this dog is employing. The dog is doing the same thing that every other dog does. The dog is sleeping with the guy. So, if the dog knew the intentions, why is he sleeping with them? And here's a little part of the video that the person in the comments is talking about.
Dino. Sorry, my husband's home. Dino.
So the dog's just throwing a fit while the woman is trying to organize her crafts. It sounds more like that dog is just being a jealous little turd basket. I'm not even going to bother playing the whole scene. But this is the scene where the dog starts throwing a fit. That does not indicate any type of evil. In the video, they mention narcissistic tendencies. And this goes right along with dog culture. They talk about the reason he made all these videos is because he's a narcissist. The persona that he wanted to put out there was, I'm just a hiking dad. I'm a hiking dad with my dog. I got a wife and husband. I'm going to buy craft supplies. So that's the persona. So having the dog helped him have a persona. Having that dog by his side, everybody recognized him as, oh, that's just the guy that's always at the trailhead with the dog. And that's why he had the dog, to just give himself the little persona. So whatever case we're looking at, this is what happens with dogs in society. They're used as a placeholder to have a narcissist persona. Look at me, I'm a good person. Until anything goes wrong, until any challenges happen. For this guy, the challenge was that he took on this project with ill intentions and then couldn't stop it. For most dog owners out there, it's not as bad. But you'll notice it when you ask a dog owner, hey, can you make your dog stop barking? Hey, your dog is crapping all over the place. Hey, can you put a leash on your dog? My kids are playing soccer. They will snap and they will fight with you and they will talk crap about you on the internet, which is not anywhere near as bad as this. But it just shows you that narcissist persona is fed by owning a dog, because it's a quick placeholder to make people ignore what your actual intentions are. So that has been our look at another case where the presence of a dog did nothing to help the family prevent a crazy tragedy. The presence of a dog did nothing for the anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts of this man. The dog here, the little freeloader, that barking that he did in the video, you got to wonder, did that help that guy with his anxiety? I don't think it did. And I had to stop it here because look at the dog on the couch. What do you think that dog does when anything walks by? Yep, throws one of those barking fits. So, what do you guys think? Are these dogs helping? Are these dogs getting any this anxiety cured? It doesn't seem like they are to me.